Listen, reach for the stars, Wild Pack. It's Bernadette, and I am here with your Taurus Tarot reading for June 2021. Woo! Goodness. Y'all remember that Pat Benatar song, Hit Me With Your Best Shot? Well, it's coming for you because, and you're going to have to know when to arm yourself. And thank goodness that you've got Scorpion, the Nine of Wands, on your side, because for you this month, Taurus, listen, ambition and ingenuity are among the traits that Scorpion bears as your spirit totem and power animal this month. Those traits that you can get in alignment with and just, have as backup. And ironically, the animal associated with your opposite sign, Scorpio, is showing up to help you dig deeper beneath the surface and find the gifts that you possess. But maybe you're often oblivious to because you prefer to stay in that, lane, and you're I'm in one lane and you're a creature of comfort and, you just like to stay there. Change is not your thing. But with Scorpio by your side, above you, below you, all around you this month, you're not going to be able to do that. I mean, you can fight against the current, but I really don't recommend it because, man, oh man, oh man. It's not like you're superficial, but it's kind of like somebody who's seen Jaws too many times. You prefer the security of a boat to the mysteries of the deep, dark, horrible shark that's coming for you, even if those waters are enigmatic. It's a dang shark and they're scary and you don't like change. But this is the thing, Taurus. Please, please, please lean into this month, because who knows what's going to be hidden in the shadows. Lots of really great things hide in shadows. It doesn't always have to be scary and boogity and negative. Sometimes it can be people jumping out to throw you a party just to celebrate you, or it could be a million different things. And so listen, Scorpios and Scorpions love to find their homes beneath the ground in the secret places. And lore associated with the Scorpion as a spirit totem and power animal suggests that it serves as a guide between the realms, of the mortal world and on the other side. So when Scorpion shows up, Taurus, it's really time for your zodiac sign to prepare for transformation, and initiation. There's the key. So this might take a little bit of time to penetrate, into those deep mysteries, but please don't take things at face value now, because Scorpion is, into your life to help you peel back the layers of illusion or just plain old blinders that prevent you from seeing the heart of the matter sometimes. And the truth hurts sometimes, like the sting of a scorpion, but you appreciate, goodness knows, Taurus, you appreciate honesty, and you've got a thick skin in the armor that you normally need to protect yourself, when you do stand up and face situations and see things and people for what they are. But this energy is going to take you much deeper into that. So, listen, Scorpio is not just intelligent, but is shrewd, instinctive, and super intense. So when the Scorpion, and especially as the Nine of Wands is working with you, this might be a time for you to sharpen your already really acute spidey senses so that you can practice discernment. And your intuition may be nagging at you more this month than normal, and it's time to listen. So on June 1st, Saturn in Aquarius remains in a square to Uranus in Taurus, a prevalent transit enduring, through most of the month. And these two planets come within a degree of an exact square and remain in a standoff with each other for several months to come. So this tension, this aspect is pervasive, and it might show up in your personal life. It could show up, really anywhere, but particularly your personal life, as it impacts a transit of Uranus through your sign, but also hits on a larger scale. Well, that's because both Saturn and Uranus are distant planets affecting society at large. Yet for you, Taurus, your zodiac sign, in this tarot reading, the Scorpion and the Nine of Wands lessons and gifts are going to come in handy, because then what's happening is Saturn in Aquarius squaring Uranus and Taurus shakes things up in your financial life. Ooh, you don't like that. We know how you love to be comfortable and safe, right? So you might expect matters in career, finance, other sacred traditions to continue, business as usual, but both Uranus and the energy of Uranus's sign, Aquarius, are not going to let things be. You might experience shocking revelations, unexpected changes, unusual circumstances, bizarre situations that continue to creep in your life. And some of these circumstances are going to be completely out of your control. Others will seem like unexpected consequences of otherwise like ordinary decisions, like, wait, I normally do that, or this isn't anything out of this isn't out of left field. Why is this and this happening? Believe me, buckle up, because that's coming in the month of June. So, rather than trying to put the genie back into the bottle, this might be an important time to challenge yourself to let go of control and make the most of a situation that does frustrate you or dramatically changes your plans. It's the C word, the change word. But there isn't another animal in the world of spirit totem. Well, that's not true. There are a few, but scorpions, because it's related to Scorpio, that's all about change. It's all about death and rebirth and death and rebirth and the opportunity to be born again, to grow anew. And it's an amazing, it can be a little bit scary, but it's an amazing energy for you to lean into. Now, more positively, around June 2nd, Venus enters Cancer. And so, in spite of the unusual twists and turns in finance and career, your love life is likely to surge now. So treat those you love like family and show your sensitive, nurturing side. And if you're working on hubba, attracting a partner, showing vulnerability and emotion is not going to kill you and will take you much farther than you might imagine that you can get. If you think that they're, if your spidey senses or your heart tells you like this person is worth investing in, right? So if you're in a romantic relationship, take things one step further. Trust, the one you're with, and create a feeling of home and connection and family. This may even be good to heal relationships with your family members, make your home more comfortable and inviting. Then in the coming weeks of June 2021, attraction energy of all kinds is heightened. So use this to your advantage, especially if you're dealing with the friction and disruption to your finances caused by the square between Saturn and Uranus. So while you may end up with an unexpected bill to pay, you're just as likely to come up, suddenly be commissioned for a project or an extra, some extra money is going to come to you somehow, potentially, that pays very well. So heads up to that. A special time for you, Taurus, for love, romance, and healing takes place from June 2nd through June 5th, as Venus in Cancer makes a trine to Jupiter in Pisces, and attraction is amplified. So, a love interest may be revealed as a soulmate, or you may delve deeper into an emotional and spiritual healing as a result of deepening the connection with a loved one. You might be pursued by many suitors now as well, and your popularity and attraction just skyrockets during this time. And also, along that, illusions blend with truth. So even if you're seeing through to the core of an emotional bond with someone, someone special, don't forget Scorpion's medicine. And that means you may have to look through some illusions and see the love interest for who they really are and not who you hope they will be or hope they can become, or what you think you're seeing at the moment. Now, from June 6th through the 8th, the moon is conjunct, passing by and coming in close connection with Uranus and Taurus. Now, this transit echoes the energy of Venus in Cancer, as the moon rules Cancer and Venus is your sign's ruler. So it's kind of like these two planets are swapping homes for a short time, bringing their own energy to each's domain. And that could have some pretty magical stuff. Now, Taurus, what the moon passing by Uranus adds to the picture is a deeper surge of emotion. You may feel your intuition stirred up, but it can also be harder, again, to discern intuition from emotion now, and that's going to harken back to the illusions. So when Uranus and the moon come closer together, it might feel like you're sticking, like you've been struck by lightning, right? So creative energy can surge now, but any underlying anxieties or insecurities can also be intensified. Your zodiac sign may feel roused to bizarre and erratic reactions, especially when it comes to situations related to your health, business, career, finances. Just don't be the proverbial bull in a china shop. That is not going to be helpful. Now, also, spending on a whim or letting insecurities drive you to make unusual financial decisions really can lead to a loss or a boon, and only time is going to tell. So when Uranus is involved, it's best to expect the unexpected. From the 9th to the 10th, Mars in Cancer is opposite Pluto, a planet that's still retrograde in Capricorn. That standoff between Mars and Pluto can exacerbate tensions in a situation that you've been trying to avoid or deal with diplomatically. That can spiral to the point where it becomes obvious you have to face some uncomfortable truths. So, through this time, Taurus, you might have to deal with friction and tumultuous things, but this is a great time for you to boost your confidence, test yourself to face underlying secrets, truths, and conflicts that you normally prefer to sweep back under a rug. But remember, Scorpion and the Nine of Wands is working with you to unearth what's been concealed and helping you have that rebirth. So it will be okay. We hope. We hope it will be okay. Lean into it. It should be. Power struggles related to family history, heritage, and relationships with authority figures at home or in business are brought to a crescendo now. Something has to give in order to move from the stalemate. Will you back down or acquiesce to the demands of an authority figure? Or will you find a way to assert yourself without going through a big outright clash, right? Nobody wants to go to war. This is not the time or the place. And Taurus, a financial problem may be revealed as more serious than you previously thought, which, criticism from family or a boss may leave you reeling as you're trying to find footing now. And this situation may test your strength, but it will also help you discover how powerful you truly are. Then on June 10th, the new moon in Gemini, which is also a solar eclipse, coincides with a lineup consisting of the North Node, Sun, Moon, and Mercury retrograde in Gemini. All these planets and the North Node, which is a mathematical point, add greater energy to the energy of the sign of the messenger, Gemini. The fact that Mercury is retrograde and also the ruler of Gemini can really frazzle your nerves and make travel, electronics, communications, it can be chaotic intense. Luckily, you're famous for your patience. This, Taurus, this is a good time to keep a lid on it. Keep patient, right? Stay strong. The Sun and Moon are in trine to Saturn and Aquarius, balancing out the continued square between Saturn and Uranus and Taurus. Now, your personal strengths and conscious concerns are aligned with your intuition and emotions, and in favorable aspect to Saturn and Aquarius. So while Saturn has been a disruptive force in many ways recently, during this time, the raucous that this planet of restrictions and limitations has been causing is actually going to work favorably for you when it comes to communicating your intuitive insights and emotional needs. Taurus, listen, you may blurt out a secret or a message that you didn't intend to share, only to realize that clearing the air makes it easier for you to advance and evolve. That's just one example. So make that energy work for you at that time. On the 11th, June 11th, Chiron in Aries comes into square with Venus in Cancer. That's the wounded healer, Chiron, and it's trying to bring your attention to insecurities stemming from past feelings of alienation and rejection. A family relationship or issue related to your home triggers unresolved wounds from the past. This is a good time to revisit this trauma so you can heal on a deeper level and strengthen your connection with family and loved ones. You may also come to feel more empowered and confident in yourself, and your home, just by working through this past wound. Then on June 12th, Venus and the Moon form a conjunction in Cancer, and both will be in a minor soft aspect called a sextile to Uranus and Taurus. Let's start with the impact of Venus and the Moon being in close proximity to the Moon sign of Cancer. This conjunction blends the very best of your sensuality and sensitivity and can really enhance your intuition, nurturing, and those legendary protective instincts that you have. Now, this is particularly in matters of home and family. You may have a stronger emotional connection to your loved ones and may find it easier to empathize and tune in to other people and their emotions. It can be a really good time for fine-tuning your skills in business, especially if your business relates to family, childcare, beauty, real estate, or helping, just any kind of helping profession. Now, this heightened energy, Taurus, given the heightened energy, the sextile to Uranus creates a green light, allowing the surge in nurturing, sensitive, intuitive energy to be channeled in favor of breakthroughs and dramatic changes in your career. So you might see this also in financial status and even changes in self-care and your health regimen. You may find it easier to balance your responsibility to clients at work and family and your self-care and those pampering routines that you love so much. On the 14th, the Moon in Leo forms a square to Uranus and Taurus, and during that time, you may want to gain attention or recognition for your work and talents, yet others seem distracted by a commotion and other issues, and so you might feel neglected or unappreciated by others, particularly when it comes to clients, family, those you've devoted your time in helping to or serving. Now on the 16th, the moon in Virgo comes into a square with the North Node in Gemini, and the moon also forms a trine to Uranus and Taurus. The square between the moon and the moon's North Node can leave you to feel a bit unsettled and anxious about your daily routines or responsibilities, and you may feel obligated to uh, retrace your steps, kind of analyze every small little detail, just in order to feel worthy of opportunities to advance your destiny. Now, listen, Taurus, in particular for your zodiac sign, this may be time and energy consuming, taking the time to get into a routine that really works for you, but it's important now. And by paying close attention to the small steps to protect your health, security, and to honor your obligations to others, you're likely to forge a new path that helps you move toward or forward in a way, maybe in a new career. And in order to get comfortable with that future, you may have to sit with some discomfort in the present so that you can establish better habits and routines for the future. On June 17th, Uranus in Taurus comes into square with Saturn in Aquarius at exact degrees. So while this energy has been pervasive in your life for months, showing up as a consistent, like frustration or situation that remains uncertain, tense, dramatic, on this date, Uranus and Saturn come into an exact degree, and it may bring matters to a head. A difficult decision that has been looming for months may be clear now, and even if it's not, a choice between options that you want, um, it might be time to pick the best option so that you can allow a breakthrough to take place. Those two planets are going to remain in a square for months ahead, even as they travel away from each other slowly. And the impact of a decision, shocking change, or situation that erupts beyond your control now is still going to be felt for months to come. And yet, it's got to be done. So, while this may leave you feeling rattled, Taurus, you can come to accept your true strength and resourcefulness and creativity just by accepting that this is not ideal, but it is beyond your control, and committing to make the best of things regardless is actually a really strong move. It's a strong play. So hope that is helpful for you for that time. On the 19th, June 19th, Neptune in Pisces come into a lucky trine with Venus in Cancer, and this aspect is going to last through the 25th, while Venus is also in an opposition to Pluto retrograde in Capricorn on the 24th, holding this opposition until the 28th. Now, that's a lot of action, so let's take it one step at a time. Neptune is like Venus on steroids, bringing a greater dose of compassion, intuition, sensitivity, love, and in his sign of Pisces, Neptune is right at home. So as of the 19th, you may sink deeper into your sensitive, artistic, intuitive, and compassionate nature. Now, being a Taurus, your zodiac sign prefers solid ground. The mucking about in emotional waters may feel uncomfortable for you at first, but if you'll just let yourself go with it, you will be rewarded, especially in love and family relationships, and when it comes to indulging in the comforts of home, for sure. Your relationships, Taurus, may take on a more spiritual tone, a lot of healing that might take place. It's not just emotionally cathartic, but may seem like a major karmic release. In this case, Venus opposite Pluto retrograde may bring you to rehash an issue you thought was in the past, but has still been kind of rolling around in there. And as of June 24th, the healing and vulnerability, that you feel sets the stage for you to finally release what no longer serves. That's all around that June 24th. Now, your business or career path may be transformed in favor of boosting a relationship or allowing you to spend more time with home and family. And just after the summer solstice, the energy of cleansing and blessings flows your way on June 24th, as these three planets form a grand water trine. The moon in Cancer comes into a trine with Venus in Cancer, and also to a trine with Neptune in Pisces. So good luck not feeling the feels. Now, listen, your zodiac sign is an earth sign, right? Taurus, this water trine is going to bring bigger dramatic emotional release, healing, and cleansing because it does involve your ruling planet, Venus in Cancer. You can tap into your intuition without being scared. You can deepen your relationships without feeling too vulnerable, and you can express yourself in a more artistic and creative way rather than just the facts, no ma'am, and channel your spiritual wisdom to help you express your compassion and empathy for others. So, Taurus, Just, for your tarot reading for June 2021, just as this watery energy starts to bring up more vulnerability than you're comfortable with, your ruling planet of Venus moves along and enters Leo on the 27th, rounding out the month with a burst of passion. Phew, right? Okay, but this ingress into Leo, you might have to just accept you're having a surge of confidence, and you just may become a little more fixated on a person of interest, wink, wink. So I hope that's helpful. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, subscribe to my YouTube channel, get on over to gatheringofmystics.com, and as always, do good for animals, including yourself, stay wild, and keep reaching for those stars.